Hello and welcome back to Josh Oddie YouTube. We all want to stand on that first tee and hit drives just like this. Well, today I'm going to be giving you 5 basic steps to hit drives just like that one. And in this video we're going to be talking through some really basic steps to make sure that we cover all level golfers, from beginner to people just picking up a driver at the range for the first time. This should have you covered, be hitting drives dead straight in no time. So, the grip. I want you to get the left hand, the glove hand, on there, and visibly I want you to see 2 knuckles on that left hand. So from my POV, I've got 2 knuckles just in vision from where I'm stood here. As the right hand goes on, we want this V in our thumb and finger here to almost be pointing at our trail shoulder. So we've got a few key checkpoints there. We've got the left hand, 2 knuckles here, right hand goes on, and that V is at our right shoulder. Okay, and number 2, we're going to be talking about the setup and almost building a good base to start from. So I like to compare a golf setup to when like Rafael Nadal is getting ready to return a serve. Notice how wide and dynamic they are. I don't want you squatted down as much because I know they get pretty low. But we're almost going to be in that wide dynamic stance, especially for driver. You know, I want to be ready to really explode off. So, you know, we've got a nice wide base here, just a little wider than our shoulders. And then secondly, a massive thing with driver is getting the shoulder tilt correct. So many people have the shoulders level at setup. This is completely wrong and is just going to encourage almost that downward path towards the ball. We want to almost have our shoulders at a 45-degree angle, and notice what happens to my trail hip when I move my shoulders. Almost that trail hip wants to move forward, so then, you know, you've almost got 60% weight on this back leg and 40% here on the lead. So, you know, we're in a nice dynamic position here, wide base, getting ready to hit up on that golf ball. Okay, and now ball position, a very important part of the puzzle that also gets misplaced and put in places where it should not be with driver. Driver is honestly meant to be right on this big toe here. So I almost feel like sometimes when I'm hitting driver well and I'm seeing a left to right ball flight, it's almost like right up on this left side of my lead toe here. So, you know, don't be afraid to really get that ball up in the stance, because this is just going to encourage that angle of attack being up more. So if you can't find that position that easy, all you're going to do is take a tiny step with this lead leg and then take 1, 2 with the trail. So straight away now we're in that driver setup and I've not had to think about, you know, putting it in a good position. We've just taken a little step, 2 big ones, and then we're in this perfect setup position. Okay, now I've mentioned the word quite a few times leading up to this point, but it's a super important part to hitting driver well, is the attack angle into the ball. Now, driver's not a club that we want to be going down on and hitting it into the ground. That's almost like a compression shot with an iron or a wedge that's got the loft on the club to then get the spin and the elevation up. Driver doesn't. You know, I've got 9 degrees of loft on here, so, you know, if I actually get a downward angle of attack, this ball's going to be going into the ground right here. So we've really got to make sure that the attack angle is going up. Now, a super important part to this is making sure that the club almost stays ahead of the hands. Sometimes people get confused with a driver and they almost start driving with the hands, the club's behind it, and then that attack angle is down. So, you know, for me, a really nice feeling is actually letting the club feel like you overtake the hands. So that was something I used to play with when I played professional golf full time. The feeling off the tee was let the club head overtake my hands at impact. So, you know, that allowed me to hit up on the ball and get some pretty good ball flights with driver. So combining all them factors together, we get to the final 1 to help you hit that one dead straight down the middle. And it's a little bit controversial, but I want you to grip it and rip it. Now, by grip it and rip it, I don't mean swing off your feet, falling over, trying to hit it 110%. I don't mean that at all. What I do mean is I want you to hit driver in places that is comfortable to do so. So I wouldn't be hitting driver down a hallway that's 15 yards wide. I just would not feel comfortable, and I probably wouldn't make a committed, full out golf swing. When I've now got 80 yards of room up in the fairway, I can actually stand here with some confidence and some belief that I can just swing my driver, you know, fairly hard, grip it and rip it, and I've got a lot of room up there to take into account that I'm hitting driver. So only hit this club when it's needed. And I think driver's one of the only clubs in your bag that you can hit flat out, and it's got to go as far as possible. Every other club in that golf bag is made for a special distance. So my 8 iron goes 165. I don't want to hit my 8 iron 195 just randomly. But driver, you know, I want this to go as far as possible. So this is the only club that we are gripping it and ripping it. All of the others in the bag are made for that special number. So let go on the driver, grip it and rip it. If you did learn anything new in this video, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. It's completely free and it really, really helps me out. I appreciate all the support. It means the absolute world to me. We'll see you all for the next one.